Okay, so as the clock strikes 10:03, our official start time, unofficial start time, I just want to welcome everyone. My name is Adam Pearl. I'm president and CEO of ArtPride New Jersey. Really glad that everyone could be with us this morning. I want to share just off the top some notes for our guests. Closed captioning is available within the Zoom application, so please use that button in your menu if you want to utilize closed captioning. I would start by sharing that my visual description. I'm a white male in my mid 40s with short brown hair, and I'm wearing a blue and pink check shirt and a blue sport coat today. And behind me, I have a beigeish wall coming to you from my home office this morning. I want to share too that today's recording, today's webinar is being recorded. We will post it and share it. So if you missed something, or if you want to share it with a colleague, someone you know couldn't be here this morning, we know everyone's busy. Um, that is going to be available. It's usually up on our YouTube page within a day or so. We also will be utilizing the chat and the Q&A feature, so keep your eye on the chat. We'll be posting some URLs that'll be in the presentation in the chat, and of course, we're happy to take any questions folks might have. So please feel free to use the Q&A feature to post the question. Um, Vince Hall, who you're gonna see in a few, is behind the scenes right now running the slide deck. So Vince, why don't we go to the next slide? Just give folks an idea of what to expect this morning. I'm gonna share with you some highlights from the last year from the organization. We are gonna thank some of our outgoing trustees. I'm gonna be joined by a few of our trustees who are gonna help me do that, as well as finish up the voting on new trustee nominees that's been taking place over the last few weeks. And then the staff, the ArtPride New Jersey, amazing staff will come on to share what we have to look forward to in the coming year, in the coming fiscal year. So that's what you can expect in the next, I don't know, about 35, 40 minutes or so. So it has been absolutely a super busy year for ArtPride New Jersey. We're very happy with the success that we've had in the last year. One of the crown jewels of fiscal year 2025 was absolutely the relaunching of DiscoverJerseyArts.com, the new website of JerseyArts.com, the new website, and the new Discover Jersey Arts rebranding, campaign, which started right at the beginning of the fiscal year. The website launched right at the beginning of the fiscal year. The new DJ brand not long after that, and the "You Gotta Be Here" advertising campaign, which happened last fall and just wrapping up here in spring 2025. And if we go to the next slide, I think most folks have seen these ads, but I wanted to share them with you. You can download them for yourself and put them in your playbills and in your lobbies and share them around on social media. You can grab that URL. The campaign was a huge success. The fall 24 and spring 25 campaigns generated more than 6 million impressions across streaming, television, digital, social media, YouTube, and transit. So huge success for us as an organization, and really excited about those results. And it's only made, if you want to go to the next slide, it's only made both of our websites, both the new jerseyarts.com and the upgraded artpridenj.org stronger. As part of the launch of this technology, we have the new My Art Pride online member portal where people can go in and control the images and text and information that's being shared with patrons. On the new Jersey Arts website, we have the My Jersey Arts patrons accounts, which gives even more specialized and individualized information to our cultural consumers. And you can see here custom landing pages as well for all groups. In the last year, we published nearly 90 featured stories, articles, podcasts, and video packages. We had seasonal campaigns to match curated events, and I know lots of folks were happy to hear that e-savers were back. We also, there's so much that we couldn't even fit it all on the screen. We also continue to do the Audience Insight Manager. I know Jim is going to talk a little bit about looking forward for the next year. Right now, we have 47 organizations and 2 million unique households in that patron database, which is a 10% increase from last year. We're also doing our best to keep you informed. We published 8 new Voices from the Field blog posts, giving voice to our state's arts community. And just a couple, or actually last week, we held our first in-person Jersey Arts Marketers workshop since the pandemic at New Brunswick Performing Arts Center. So lots going on in the last year around programs and services. We can go to the next slide. Not to be outshadowed by our advocacy and public policy efforts, I think as I look through the attendees list, here this morning, I can see that most folks are probably keenly aware of the work that happened at the end of last fiscal year into the beginning of this fiscal year, when there was at some question about the full funding of the cultural projects in the New Jersey state budget, including the New Jersey State Council on the Arts, and uh, continue to be really excited to say that the advocacy response was incredible. We experienced thousands of emails, hundreds of phone calls to legislators in a 24-hour period, and really tremendous success. And we were able to ensure that there was continued stable funding for the State Council on the Arts, as well as the Cultural Trust, New Jersey Historical Commission, and the New Jersey Division of Travel and Tourism. So thank you, because so many folks that are on the call today were part of that really successful advocacy effort. Of course, our legislation and policy work doesn't stop there. We've been working over the course of the last year, both on live theater tax credit bill, as well as ticketing legislation, and arts education, just to name a few of the pieces of policy that have been on our desk. Clearly, in the last few months, we have focused on the federal delegation, New Jersey's federal delegation. January saw the creation of our congressional district action teams, that are really focused on establishing and building relationships with members of Congress as well as their staff. We've held individual meetings for those district teams. We're holding ongoing statewide meetings. We saw a tremendous success with 9 of the 12 legislators already signing on to support the NEA going into the FY26 budget process. So really excited about these congressional district action teams and the work that they can do. Um, as always, our work as a watchdog, as someone who helps shepherd legislation and policy around arts, continues, and continue to also provide candidate surveys, particularly for state and federal level, those candidate surveys. We could go to the next slide. We have a couple of pictures to share. We did have a really successful Arts Advocacy Day in Washington, D.C. this year. ArtPride New Jersey staff, along with 40 plus arts advocates, traveled to DC. We met with every single district office in a day. That's okay, Vince. You can keep me going fast. But Arts Advocacy Day was tremendous success. We're really excited about it, and really excited about some of the new things that we added to it, including a visit to the offices of Americans for the Arts. Um, but Advocacy Day isn't the only place that the Art Pride team, can be seen. Certainly, we continue to have a strong presence at the New Jersey League of Municipalities Conference, which gives us incredible opportunity to interact with influential folks at every single level of government. Um, we also this is our booth from this year, with the folks from Collab Arts that we did this community arts project with. If you go to the next slide, you can see a smattering of the places that we've been out and about. In particular, Vanessa and I are usually out in the community, but this includes all of the Art Pride staff across the year. And this is just a general idea of where we've been inside and outside the sector, cultivating relationships, forging partnerships, and really giving opportunities to give voice to the arts and cultural sector. Um, Lastly, I'll wrap up on the FY 25 highlights to say just some organizational things. Some of this happened right after we last had our annual meeting, so we wanted to mention it today. Last July, we approved the strategic plan for fiscal year 25 through 29, which is on our website, as is an executive summary if you don't feel like reading the full 20 plus page report. Um, I was reminded by Jim that the Thrive Arts Conference actually took place in last fiscal year, but it did take place after our last annual meeting. So we wanted to share that, and it's a little foreshadowing for the presentation looking forward into next fiscal year. We did host back in October 2024, Creating Change Symposium, and obviously in partnership with the New Jersey Theater Alliance. And we've had a number of ongoing workshops and roundtables over the course of the year. Really excited to continue that partnership with the Theater Alliance. And as I mentioned earlier, we had our first in-person Jersey Arts Marketers event, but we continue to have them virtual throughout the year. And an opportunity for us to provide information and also to provide some professional development. Oh, I did not see that last one. And ongoing ArtPride NJ webinars, just like this one. We've had a few this year. We've had them about all different kinds of topics, from financial to legislative to programs and services. So we want you to continue to be tuned into those. We host them. We think a lot about when we host them, and we don't host them just to have them. We host them so that we can share information. So I'm going to switch gears here for a minute, but I'm going to keep us going. I want to take a moment to thank Paul McCray, who is the outgoing chair of the board of trustees. Paul has been a longtime member of the board. Paul has been with the organization, with Art Pride New Jersey, since its very origins. And as his career grew, he became a board member and has been in multiple leadership positions. Obviously, culminating in this role as chair. But he chaired during his tenure, and I'll probably forget some: marketing and messaging, our committee, our equity, diversity, inclusion task force. And he continues to this day to be the leadership liaison to our independent advisory committee. Paul has served, you know, dutifully and impactfully on in other committees like the finance committee and the strategic planning committee. For me, working with Paul has been just terrific to have someone who is just such a wise, calm presence, someone who can build consensus, and someone who always has the best interests of the organization and the sector at heart. Um, and so I'm sad to see the end of Paul's tenure as chair, but he's not going too far. And at Our Pride New Jersey, the former chair of the board serves at least one more year. So Paul will be with the organization and on our amongst our leadership for at least the next year. We will not let him go too far. And with that, I would like to introduce the man himself, Paul McCray, chair of the board of Our Pride New Jersey. I'm gonna help you out here, Paul. Uh, there he is.
Good afternoon, everyone, or good morning, everyone. It's still morning. Um, it's my pleasure to take a moment to thank my two vice chairs, who also will be stepping down off the board this year. First, Linda Harrison. Linda is a positive leader who generally cares about New Jersey arts and cultures community and believes in the power and impact of Art Pride New Jersey. It has been a pleasure working alongside her during her time in leadership. As a leader of the Newark Art Museum, or Newark Museum of Art, Linda has played a strategic and unifying role in the organization and the city of Newark. During her short tenure, she has been committed to innovation, collaboration, and social responsibility. Through her passion for fostering inclusive cultural spaces that reflect and celebrate the richness of our global community, she has leveraged creativity and strategic foresight to navigate complex challenges and seize opportunities for growth. Linda, your leadership has left an indelible mark on Art Pride through your work on the Strategic Planning Committee. Thank you for all you have contributed to this organization's growth and impact. We will miss you. And my other vice chair, Isha Vyas. Isha is a distinguished arts leader in Middlesex County, an accomplished artist and filmmaker. She has served as a board trustee since 2017. Her leadership has been instrumental in reshaping the culture of ArtPride's Board of Trustees, mainly through her role as chair of the governance committee. As the division head of folk arts, folk life, and cultural heritage at the Art Institute of Middlesex County, she has produced numerous cultural programs that feature the voices of diverse and underserved communities and New Jersey's historical narrative. It has been a pleasure, a privilege to work with her as vice chair and wish her the best of luck in her new endeavors. I also like to thank the trustees that have also or will also be leaving the board. Kayla, Kim Vodopek, Marjorie Nathanson, and Aisha Kurtz. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your time with the organization. And best of luck as you continue in the art field in New Jersey. And now I'm going to hand it over to Isha, and she is going to introduce the new trustees for this year.
Thank you, Paul, for those kind words. It really has been an honor for me to be associated with ArtPride. As the state's largest art service and advocacy organization, ArtPride does extremely important work, and the need for which has become even greater at this time. I want to thank you. I want to thank Adam, the staff, all the board members, and the community that cares so much for the arts and culture. And I will continue to be associated with ArtPride. It has been my pride to be associated with them, and a pleasure to work with all of you. So as the governance committee has nominated some of New Jersey's most outstanding members of the arts and cultural community for the FY26 class of Board of Trustees. As the chair of this committee, it is my honor to introduce them. Okay, let me start with Barbara. Barbara Brickert is the Senior Advisor of the Arts and Culture in the New Jersey Economic Development Authority's Community Development Department. In this capacity, she is helping to lead the NJEDA's effort in arts, culture, and placemaking by developing and implementing strategies and initiatives to strengthen community relationships and increase dialogue among stakeholders relative to arts and culture as an engine for social and economic transformation. Benjamin Blinder, Chief Operating Officer of Gade Fossey USA, which is an affiliate of Gade Fossey SAS, a 145-year-old French pharmaceutical company based in Lyon. He plays the trumpet and has been performing with the Montclair Community Band for almost 20 years. He performs locally with Bloomfield Symphony Orchestra, also serving as its president for many years, and in the pit for 2 shows with Roche Players. He also serves as the president of Board of Trustees for the Verona Public Library. Catherine Coughlin is a seasoned strategist, her experience spanning public relations, marketing, partnerships, and events and communications. Currently serving as the account director at Sharp Think, Catherine specializes in crafting and executing creative PR strategies for clients in the arts, culture, and design sectors. With deep roots in New Jersey arts, Catherine started her career at the Montclair Art Museum and previously served on the board of the New Jersey Association of Museums. Slide. Gary Garrido Schneider has served as Executive Director of Grounds for Sculpture since 2014. Under his leadership, Schneider has implemented a new strategic vision to amplify the reach and impact of Grounds for Sculpture and led the Sculpture Gardens transition from a founder-led model to one that is economic-centric. Committed to offering diverse audiences meaningful and vibrant encounters with art, nature, well-being, and one another, Schneider has reinforced grounds for sculpture's commitment to democratizing approach to art and redoubled its efforts to deepen relationships with living artists. Steve Runk has served as the Lewis Center for the Arts Director of Communications at Princeton University since 2011. He's been promoting the courses, academic programs, and more than 150 performances, exhibitions, readings, screenings, lectures, concerts, workshops, and special events in creative writing, dance, theater, music theater, and the Princeton Atelier. He has served on a number of committees, including the Lewis Center's Climate and Inclusion Committee, inaugural Princeton Research Day Steering Committee, and the Steering Committee for Princeton's Regional Arts and Business Council. Before Princeton, Steve served for 20 years on the staff of the New Jersey State Council on the Arts, the last 3 as executive director. Next. John Schreiber became the second president and CEO of the New Jersey Performing Arts Center in July 2011. The Art Center, now in its 27th season, presents and produces more than 650 events annually and reaches more than 100,000 children and families every year through its award-winning arts, education, and community engagement programs. Under Schreiber's leadership, NJ-PAC has blossomed into the most diverse performing arts center in the country and as an anchor cultural institution deeply engaged in serving its newer community and the state of New Jersey through the arts. Lazarus Simmons currently works as a program direct coordinator for the theater department at Rutgers University, a role he has had since December 2021. Lazarus is a founding member of the First Fight Films, a film production company, and Brick Factory, a theater collective. Lazarus has served as a collaborator with Collab Arts and is currently a teaching artist with Collab Arts. He is a working freelance actor, director, writer, and producer. What a group. Thank you so much for accepting this nomination to join the board.
That was incredible, Isha. Thank you. I know we gave you a big speaking role, but we appreciate you sharing that. I think it's important, and I think most, if not all, of these folks are with us this morning. So really excited for you to share this new class, new trustees, returning trustees, and really a great group. We're gonna just jump to the next slide, Vince, if that's okay. This is the link, Jim, right on cue. Thank you. Jim shared the link. We've actually shared this out a bunch, and you may have already gone in and voted even weeks ago. Maybe so long ago you forgot that you did it. But you know, we have this link here as I'm, you know, kind of vamping for time here. We're gonna give folks just about a minute to click over if they want to do the voting now, if you haven't had a chance. This will be open till 11 a.m. this morning. And as I mentioned, has been open for several weeks and has been sent to every single ArtPride New Jersey member in accordance with our bylaws. So I'm just going to give a moment here. All right, well, we're going to continue because we have a lot of information here to share. And we're going to switch gears from the rear view to the windshield. We're going to look forward for our fiscal year that starts on July 1st and give folks a preview on what to expect from ArtPride New Jersey in the coming year. We're going to start with advocacy and then move to programs and services and finally wrap up with a view on membership. For the advocacy preview, it gives me great pleasure to introduce 2 of my colleagues, Vince Hall, our Director of Advocacy Operations, and Vanessa Ramalho, our Director of External Relations. Vince and Vanessa, you're up.
Hi, everyone. This is Vanessa Ramalho speaking. As Adam said, I'm the Director of External Relations. It's really great to be with y'all. Hope y'all have been enjoying these last couple days of sun after lots of rain and clouds. I'm going to give you a little bit of a preview of some of the things we've been thinking about in terms of experiments and new initiatives guided by our 5-year strategic plan. So something Vince and I have been talking a lot about is just working to assess and strengthen our methodology for building an advocacy agenda that really continues to reflect all of the changing, constantly evolving needs of our entire arts sector, and especially for arts organizations and arts workers who represent historically and systemically marginalized communities. We're going to be working to strengthen participation at a grassroots advocacy level across the state. We're really thinking about how we can continue to diversify our advocacy audience, and we're going to be exploring strategies to more meaningfully engage with our advocates. So stay tuned for some new things that we want to try, including an event or two. We've been super focused on cultivating strong and reliable bipartisan partnerships with government officials and legislators at every level of government, and really trying to identify the folks who are eager to be champions for the arts, and continuing to build those relationships with them. And we'll be continuing that work in the next year coming up. We've really been amping up our presence and collaborations at community convenings and different events within the arts sector and across other sectors. And we're really seeking to, find new explorations in cross-sector partnerships that can support new opportunities for the arts sector to, just build cohesive partnerships with each other that can, bolster the sustainability of the entire ecosystem. And something that we're also excited about is just new content and advocacy resources, content that's going to support our members, our advocates, arts lovers across the state to grow their skills, stay informed, and to more effectively and more consistently engage in advocacy efforts with us. And then I'll pass it off to Vince for the next one.
Good morning, everyone. So for our FY26 preview, continuing and expanding, we're going to continue to promote our cultural assets at the League of Municipalities Conference. We're always looking to improve Arts Advocacy Day with a broader reach and clearer messaging. We're going to look to grow our partnerships to better advocate and activate New Jersey's cultural assets. We're going to continue public value messaging with the New Jersey State Council on the Arts. And we're always looking to strengthen ties with elected officials through member advocacy. FY26 preview, what's new to come? We're looking to expand the Mayor's Committee on Arts and Culture with some new offerings and some new recruitment tools. We're going to look to build some new advocacy brandings, like Vanessa said, content and resources. We're thinking about regional policy working groups and how we can start to bring people together throughout the state. Events to build and recognize our advocacy community. Excuse me. We don't always want to ask you things. We want to bring you together and build fellowship and work together and just be together. Advocacy talks and workshops. And we're also looking to build some youth and early career engagement opportunities through internships or partnerships. And I'll pass it back to Vanessa.
And we just want to remind y'all that, one of the most important relationships that we always want to continue to build and cultivate is with you all, our members. So there's always just, an open invitation to connect with myself, to connect with Vince, and just really explore, and collaborate on different pathways we can create together to support your ability to engage in advocacy efforts, and to spread that advocacy message throughout your organization, throughout the communities that you work with, and really ensure that, we have a multitude of voices that are coming together to support the needs of the arts sector, in various different capacities. So, we have our office hours that we started this past year. I'll drop the link in the chat for that, but that's just a way to just book some time with Vince and I. We have some standing time every Wednesday throughout the month where we can just make time to chat about anything it is that can support you to join us in advocacy work. And we just want to hear from you and connect with you more. So please always remember that. I'll also stick my email in the chat. I'm looking forward to hearing more from you, meeting more of you, and to continue this work together.
I'm going to keep saying thank you throughout all this. Thank you, Vince and Vanessa, not just for sharing what to look forward to, but for all the work you do each and every day on behalf of all of us. So thank you. We're going to go next slide. And we are going to introduce three more ArtPride staff. Jim Atkinson, our Director of Programs and Services. And we're going to introduce Tanisha Ford, who's our Marketing and Communications Manager, and Isaac Cerner Diaz, who is our Digital Communications Manager. And they're going to share with you a preview, as you can see, about programs and services, what to look forward to in the coming year.
Good morning, everyone. Vince, you can go to the next slide. I am Jim Atkinson, as Adam mentioned, the Director of Programs and Services, and happy to bring with you some forecasting updates about what we're looking forward to in FY26. So certainly one of our cornerstone programs is the Audience Insights Manager. This is a really important tool for how organizations can better understand the audiences they're serving. So we'll go on to the next one there, Vince. So what it is, for those who are not aware, is it is a community patron database. Organizations that subscribe to this tool are able to put their patron data into a secure system. It's merged with the patron data from all the other organizations that are part of the cohort. And then that data is bounced off of third-party softwares that allow us to return back enhanced demographics and psychographics on audiences. So including things like age and age range, income, education level, whether there are children in the household and what age those children are, marital status, buying habits, voter registration, anything that is in the public domain is returned back on your audiences. We also do crossover reporting, so we can see, organizations can see how their audiences are interacting with other groups around the state. You get geographic mapping of where your audiences live. And we do have list trading that is optional available through the tool. And that is not only within organizations in New Jersey, but we've negotiated the ability to work with groups in New York, Philadelphia, and now Delaware that all use the same database system. So it's a pretty comprehensive tool. And it really can not only assist your marketing efforts, but your fundraising efforts, your programming, grant writing and reporting, anything that you do, frankly, that is a reflection of your audiences, and this is how you can better understand who they are. We also provide professional development through the tool and use this data to give us a sense of what the statewide audience looks like. If we really treat it like a statewide audience census. We'll go on to the next one, Vince. So as Adam mentioned, right now, currently, there are 2 million unique households of qualified cultural consumers in the New Jersey database, and there are 47 organizations subscribed. As I mentioned, we can combine this data with our surrounding markets, and that's over 8.5 million households. So it's an incredibly large database. This is the number of subscribing. You can continue to subscribe, so there are opportunities to come in each quarter, and you can get details and subscribe to AIM at artpridej.org/AIM. Drop into the next one. As Adam mentioned, Discover Jersey Arts. It's a big year for us. This is the 25th anniversary of this program, which launched in June of 2000. Adam had mentioned earlier this fiscal year, we launched the new jerseyarts.com website and the My Jersey Arts account portal, so patrons can create accounts for the site. And then we had launched earlier the You Gotta Be Here marketing campaign, which we're continuing to work on. But I want to toss it over to my friend and colleague Isaac as he talks about the content that we look to build for the website. Isaac?
Thank you so much, Jim. Yep, I'm here. And good morning to everyone. It's nice to be here with you all. As Jim said, I am the digital content manager for all things Discover Jersey Arts and ArtPride New Jersey. Through Discover Jersey Arts, we feature around 90 stories a year. And these stories come in different forms, right? So there are video packages which come around an average one a month, but these are high quality video packages. We have a videographer and contributors that go out on scene to record and interview people from your events. We have podcasts which come out about once every other week, so 2 a month about. And these are also, high quality interviews with arts people, artists, or maybe artistic directors or directors behind the scenes. And then about every week or so, we have an article that comes out as well. And these are all high quality pieces of art that are created by our contributors. We have 9 freelance contributors that reach out to you and to the people behind the scenes. We want to get closer to those behind the art because that's where the passion comes from, right? Once you get an artist talking about how passionate they are about their work, consumers can't help but feel the need to go experience it. And that's how we get them in your seats. And that's what we want for all of you. That is a service that we provide to all of you as ArtPride members. And the way you can access these features is through artpridenj.org/Jersey Arts content. You see the link right there on the screen. This is how you can submit a story to us. So if you have an interesting event coming up, you have a cool artist that's maybe performing in your venue or has an exhibit coming, you can submit a feature story. Please allow at least like a 2-month lead time. That will give you the best chance to be featured on the website. But as soon as your season is announced, let us know. And you will be featured on the website. And that is a service that we provide to you all, and we want to provide. Okay. And the feature stories aren't the only form of content that we have on the Jersey Arts website. Vince, if you could go to the next slide. The other form of content we publish on jerseyarts.com is all of your events. If you have an event coming up, we most likely know about it. And every now and then, every 2 or 3 months, we publish a events guide. We curate it ourselves, but you are also fully able to submit these events yourself, and that is through the My ArtPride portal instead of just straight on the ArtPride website. That link right there that you see on the screen will take you to another link that sends you to the My ArtPride portal. But here you can see all of the different messaging campaigns that we are putting on throughout the year. Last year is the same as this year. So you have the Winter Guide, Black History Month, Women's History Month, Spring Arts Guide, Summer Guide, Fall Arts Guide, and Winter Holidays. If you have events that fit the theme, you can submit them, and we will take them into consideration and put them up on the website. We are publishing sometimes over 100 different events on the website, and these events are going to be seen by thousands of people, tens of thousands of people, and so once again, these are all services that we provide for you, and we want to provide them for you. Once all these forms of content go up on the website, I am not the one that sends the message out to the people, however. So I will introduce my colleague and friend Tanisha Ford, who is the person that markets these forms of contents to everyone in the public. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Isaac. My name is Tanisha Ford. I am the Marketing Communications Manager at ArtPride New Jersey. I'm an African-American female of an indiscriminate age, wearing a motley of pink. And yes, Isaac is the creator of the content. He's our content manager, and I'm the one who makes sure that it gets out to the masses. And so to piggyback on what Isaac was just saying, we reach over 60,000 New Jersey arts enthusiasts weekly just with our newsletter. So when you are featured in our feature stories, when you highlight it in our feature stories, when you're highlighted in our marketing messaging campaign, that goes out every week to 60,000 people. Just from our email alone, on top of which we also reach out to 500,000 art viewers through our paid meta ads. So there is juice behind the push, as well as our organic people who are already locked and loaded with us. He also mentioned, so as we mentioned, the weekly feature stories, and he mentioned the messaging calendars. There's also e-savers. Both of the prior assets are curated. We receive it because we will make sure we have a balanced representation of the arts within the state of New Jersey. So we curate it so that it's nice and even and that everyone has a space. But as far as the e-savers are concerned, which is our discounted page, if you are a Jersey arts marketer, you have absolute guaranteed access to be on our jerseyarts.com website if you provide a discount. Discounting can be a myriad of things. It could be if you already have student and senior discount pricing, that can be added to the eSavers page. If you are doing a short-term pricing for a fire sale, that can be added to our Jersey Arts page. Jim added into the URL the DJA dash promotion in chat. That is a one sheet. That is basically you take it to PDF. It's a one sheet of all the spaces, which is a replica of what you're seeing on the screen. QR codes, URLs, anything that you need to access how to submit a feature story, giving us 2 months advance notice, submitting an e-savers, and submitting for the messaging calendar. And that's when we reach out to you, when I reach out to you prior to publishing and post publishing, we just encourage you to take the information and share it with your constituents on top of the efforts that we do, because that lets New Jersey know full and truly how powerful the arts are in this state. And with that, I'll hand it back to Jim. Full stop.
Thanks a lot, Tanisha. We can go to the next slide there, Vince. In addition to all this work that we're doing, we are also happy in the fiscal year 26, we'll be reintroducing what we're going to be calling My Jersey Arts VIP events. These are really a reimagined version of what used to be Jersey Arts member parties back on the legacy site that we were doing prior to the COVID pandemic. They were highly successful, and we're really excited to bring them back. And what they really are is we combine group ticketing to a show or an exhibition. We put together a private reception for those folks who purchase their tickets through our website, and add an enrichment component, which could be anything. It could be talk back with a playwright. It could be a private docent tour. It really depends on the event itself. And then we package all that, bring folks out to the show, and really build our audience with them that way. So we're really excited to be bringing that back again in fiscal year 26. Beyond Discover Jersey Arts and programs and services, we do a lot of other things as well. Adam had mentioned public value data, and we are going to be updating these numbers in the very near future. We're looking to publish them hopefully later this month. And the new numbers will be based on fiscal year 24 data. So the numbers that we have been using for the past several years have been focused on FY22 data, which was early recovery days from the pandemic. We're pulling this data now, and we'll be able to update things like the economic impact, jobs, attendance, things of that sort, not only statewide, but once again, we're going to be able to do every county will be represented in the new numbers that are coming out soon. And then we'll also be publishing new infographics for each county as well as for the statewide data as well. So that's happening as we speak. We also do voices from the field. And again, I'm going to toss it back over to Isaac to talk a little bit about how he puts that content together.
Hello again, everyone. Yeah, Voices from the Field is the blog posts that exist on artpridenewjersey.org. And these are a little bit different than the feature stories that we publish on jerseyarts.com, right? Where that is strictly for consumers. Voices from the Field is stories from the arts industry, like organizations like the ones that you are all a part of, for the arts industry, right? So you guys are doing a lot of amazing work that uplifts the community and uplifts each other, and we see it, right? And we want to publish those stories on artpridenewjersey.org so that maybe other organizations that haven't thought of making programs or services like that can do that. They feel inspired, and they also just feel inspired by the industry as a whole. You know, these are some dark times, and we want to shine a light on some of the amazing things that you are all doing. Okay, we don't want to keep you in the shadows. These are a lot less frequent than some of the things you might see on jerseyarts.com. These are about 10 a year. And if you know something that you are doing is doing something like that, uplifting the community, and you have an awesome program, you can once again pitch this story in the same form from the jerseyarts.com slide. You can submit once again on ArtPride New Jersey. All right, thank you.
Thanks a lot, Isaac. And then last but certainly not least, we want to talk about the professional development we do throughout the year. Again, Adam touched on this, but we're doing it and leaning into it again in this upcoming fiscal year. And that includes the JAM webinars and the in-person workshops. As Adam mentioned, we just did our first JAM in-person live workshop since the pandemic on Friday. Thank you to our friends at the New Brunswick Performing Arts Center for hosting us. We had a sold-out room talking about building and creating digital marketing strategy. which was a great session. We also, as I mentioned, we do professional development through the Audience Insights Manager. We're doing 3 virtual AIM summits. This is for the groups who are in that cohort, so they can get together. We have our friends over at TRD Arts, which is the consultant that we work with on the program, and we talk about the tool. We talk about how to best use the tool. We go into breakout rooms so organizations can brainstorm together about new and innovative ways to use the data. So that's a really important part of making sure folks are taking full advantage of that tool. And then we do the ArtPride member and advocacy webinars. And as Adam mentioned, it's a precursor. So Thrive 2026, we're planning for next June. So about a year from now, we'll be hosting that conference once again. So lots happening on the professional development front as well.
Wow. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Tanisha. Thank you, Isaac. You wear so many hats. We appreciate it. Appreciate all the work you do to promote everything that's going on in the state, to support arts organizations and artists across the state. It's truly incredible. Looking forward to another great year. So we're wrapping up. We appreciate everyone staying with us. We have one more section here. I want to introduce Marcy Sandler, who is our Membership Development and Technology Manager. And Marcy is going to talk a little bit about what to expect from membership and resource development coming up in the next year.
Thanks, Adam. Can you hear me okay? Very good. Hi, all again. I'm Marcy Chandler. I'm the ArtPride New Jersey Membership and Development Manager, and my pronouns are she, her. I'm a white woman with Exxon hair and wearing a little bit of green and white today. I'm speaking to you from Toms River on the traditional lands of the Lenape people, and I'm excited to share ArtPride New Jersey's latest membership highlights with you. This year, we're proud to report that ArtPride New Jersey has 348 organizational members, and that's up from 330 last year. That includes 18 first-time joiners and several that had lapsed and have re-engaged with us. So we're excited. The momentum speaks volumes. We're launching fresh new membership collateral this year. You're getting a sneak preview of it here in these graphics. And these include a brochure, a postcard, and an easy to share one-pager. So that will be both digital and print. And we have more coming with that, hopefully some onboarding materials that will help your staff and your board understand a little bit more about your membership and your involvement with ArtPride New Jersey. A big focus this year will be the SEO value through those link backs and the promotional return on investment organizations gain through the membership. We want your visibility and impact to grow, as you've already experienced in the rest of this webinar. You can see the momentum. Thank you to the 140 members that were able to complete the 2025 member survey. We'll be sharing a deeper insights in the coming months, but I wanted to say thank you especially to those that had the time to share and contribute testimonials. Your stories help us make our case. The raffle winners will also be announced very soon. We hope that you enjoyed the offerings, reviewing all those offerings that our members shared with us. And new members, welcome to the community. So let's give a warm virtual welcome to the newest organizational members. We're thrilled to have you join us. Every ArtPride member is now listed. I believe Jim's going to drop the link to view our members in a new page, and those listings are now directly linked to your Discover Jersey Arts page on jerseyarts.com, giving you double the exposure. If you're new, again, be sure to explore your benefits and tag us on social media and reach out if you need help. We're here to support you. You can go on to the next slide if you don't mind. We're looking ahead, not just growing members, but in how we serve. I want to send a heartfelt welcome to Anita Thomas and Tara Buss for stepping up as co-chairs to our newly formed membership committee. Our committee is going to focus on areas that include understanding the members' needs, gather feedback, promote awareness and leadership development. You're not here, boost engagement and support outreach to diverse communities, consider ideas for new tools and resources. So again, we have another link dropped in the chat, and we're welcoming nominations to expand the committee, especially for those underrepresented regions and organizations. And again, I'm sorry if you're hearing a little bit of that background noise. I'm trying to mitigate that a little bit. As we close out this fiscal year, please help us stay strong. And ArtPride New Jersey bills are due every January, and that's for the current fiscal year. So if you're not receiving those notices, please give me a shout out at membership@artpridenj.org. And I also will ask you to check in with your IT department to whitelist our domain. And I'm mentioning that because we are finding that some of those are not reaching you. We again begin this notification in January, and we understand that people are busy, but we're actually reaching out and finding that you're not getting all those notices. Again, if you have not renewed, please renew today. The chat will have a link to renew by credit card or by invoice. So whichever way you need to update your dues, you can do that at that form. If you need anything at all, again, please contact us. We're here to support you. And finally, I want to let you know that we are in the end of fiscal year appeal, and that is on the next slide. Donors, we have a special offer this year. Donors who contribute $200 or more by January 30th will receive a handcrafted glass pumpkin by artists at Wheaton Art in Millville, New Jersey, as a thank you gift. That'll go out in July to everyone that contributes. And I realize that not everyone can contribute. And I believe that everyone here believes in ArtPride in New Jersey's mission. So I'm going to say there's a powerful way that you can help. I'm going to ask that you share the link on your social media, tag us at ArtPride New Jersey, and remember that every share helps expand our reach and amplifies the voice of art in New Jersey. And again, I thank you all for being part of this thriving community. Thanks, Adam.
Thanks, Marcy. I want to thank you, Marcy. I appreciate everything that you do every day. So much of what you do goes behind the scenes, takes place behind the scenes. From the technology transition that our team did to Google Workspace to making sure all of our data is strong and secure. Everything you do, just so appreciate you and the energy you bring to the team. Thank you. And we're going to go to the last slide. I know we're a little long today, but we had a lot to share. That's okay, because we're doing a lot. I want to say thank you to the entire team. Again, the entire ArtPride New Jersey team. I want to say thank you in particular to Paul and Isha, who helped us this morning, but really, truly to the entire ArtPride New Jersey Board of Trustees. Really grateful for their leadership, their wisdom, their support in all of the work that we do. And I want to thank you, all of our members. We are a membership organization. We do not exist without you, our members. And so we appreciate everything that you do. Hopefully you learned a little bit today. Hopefully some things piqued your interest. And we look forward to another terrific year of engaging with you. Thank you again to everyone. Wishing you great last few weeks of spring. And you know where to find us if you need us. Take care.